The biggest problem, of course, for Meghan Markle is truly, did Netflix know? And is this the reason why this failed to shine? And as ever, let me explain. Hi chums, nice to see you here on a blistering day in, of course, the wonderful, well, God's own county as they call it, beautiful Yorkshire. Can you see, isn't this gorgeous here? You see all that wonderful scenery? Isn't that nice? You see, this is what you don't get with other channels. The chance to get out and about without even leaving the comfort of your own armchair. That's the thing, isn't it? If only we all had a mobility scooter and we could meet up together. I love those, I've told you. I mean, they're just a blessing, aren't they? Don't care what people say. All that shopping in one go. You don't need a cab, you know what I'm saying? You don't need a driver's license. You've got one, you're just showing off. This is the problem. By the way, if you're looking for mobility, recently, this particular brand of car over here in the United Kingdom, the Mini, who remembers that in the swinging 60s? Yes, Twiggy, Get Carter, Michael Caine, the likes, they all made that wonderful small car, well, just iconic, and apparently it's been voted the most iconic car of that generation. Did you have a Mini? Let me know. Could you afford a Mini? I still like Minis today. There's a bigger version of it, isn't there? But it's just still nice and tiny. A lot of leg room and all that sort of stuff. It's important, that, isn't it, chaps? Do you know what I'm saying? You don't want to be scrunched up in the back. Yes, Minis. What were your memories? Let's get back to your royal story of the day. Not going well for Meghan Markle. If you remember, way back in, well, July 2020, there was this big thing, wasn't that? Meghan signing with Netflix, all that sort of stuff. And suddenly she was going to become the queen of the cartoons. Not in the Jetsons or Flintstones way, not even as Benny, of course, from Top Cat, but she had this idea called Pearl. And Pearl was going to shine in Meghan's world because it was all about a girl travelling through history and righting the wrongs, putting her own version of events, possibly telling her own truth. Remind you of anybody? Yes. And of course, not only that, it was going to be slightly controversial, as everything with Meghan and Harry is. Now, moving forward, this is where it got interesting because Netflix put out a press release and everybody was looking forward to the fact that alongside Meghan, with collaboration from Sir Elton John and his partner David Furnish, and everybody was going happy. And I told you at the time, it all went a little bit sort of, curly sandwiches, we might call it. It didn't exactly come to light. And then Netflix decided, well, this is their story of events, that they, had to move on because apparently there was a downturn in animation and all that sort of stuff. And really the world of cartoon, you know, the sort of thing. Well, it emerges that this particular British author, Mel Elliott, put in a legal disclaimer saying that, well, it was very similar to Pearl Power, a series of books that she'd written way back. Now, she wasn't suggesting that Meghan or her team had in fact been inspired by that, but she found similarities that were very, very, shall we say, similar, to put it kindly. Consequently, legals went back and forth, and amazingly, Netflix then decided, well, there wasn't room on the shelf for Meghan's Pearl. But according to a very well-placed source, and as ever we have to say allegedly, that was the real pivotal reason as to why Pearl got dropped, simply because they didn't want another legal battle, and more importantly, really, what was this really going to do or add to their already huge production line? Now, Meghan, of course, and Harry, the only thing, as I've told you before, that they wanted from them, Netflix, was the docuseries which they got, which was successful. Everything else, including as ever, with Love Meghan, Polo, Heart of Invictus, and the business show, has been an unmitigated flop. But of course they can't put out that. Now, Meghan's team said they're still shopping around Pearl to another production company. They've been doing that for a few years now and seemingly no takers. But then there's no finished story, nothing new with there. The other thing that Meghan and Harry were going to be executive producing for Netflix was Meet Me at the Lake. Remember that? That seemingly has gone very quiet, but apparently, according to Netflix, she's still very hands-on. She's hands-on with the cakes, the jam, everything, but nothing seemingly comes to fruition. As for this particular lady, the British author Mel Elliott, well, she says that it's her story, and as yet, she hasn't had a, positive conclusion. But either way, Meghan's chance to shine with Pearl on Netflix, it's showing no signs of shining in the near future. Neil Sean in the very heart of Yorkshire.